Yes, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to GAA Fan TV. Galway have beaten Kilkenny by a point. What a wonderful game of hurling this was, guys, and this is the match reaction to that game. It has just finished a couple of minutes ago. Wonderful game of hurling, probably a contender for game of the year in many respects. In terms of absolute quality, I still think there's far more better games to come. But in terms of drama, in terms of goals, in terms of two teams who have a rich history in the All Ireland, and of course in playing each other in recent years since Galway got moved into the Leinster Championship, and just an outstanding game of hurling in all respects. Galway came out winners by a point. They won 320 to 222. Galway, of course, did have an 8-point lead at one stage, but Kilkenny had to go ahead and fight it back. But of course, guys, let's jump into the game. Of course, first of all, if you are new around here, do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. If you check the channel, there's a number of match reactions to come. Of course, I'll be reacting to the game between Limerick and Clare. Of course, I already talked about Donegal's victory over Tyrone. Monaghan, really? Yeah, Donegal's victory over Tyrone. And of course, I'll be talking a bit about Armagh versus Cavan as well. But yeah, guys, fantastic performance by Galway. Of course, it was fairly even early on. Kilkenny and Galway both came out of the traps quite well. Galway definitely took a while to get into this game, in my opinion. They were quite slow in many respects at the start of the game, and they were showing a lack of quality, and it was looking like Kilkenny in their own backyard would be the team that would dominate this game in many respects. TJ Reid, absolutely outstanding in this game. He started well, he finished well, and he was the shining light from this Kilkenny team, in many respects. Of course, Galway, once they did eventually get going, some wonderful passing by Cathal Mannion into Conor Whelan, and he was hitting some fantastic points in that game. I think he hit 6 from play in that first half. David Burke, of course, was outstanding as well. Probably hit maybe the point of the game, in my opinion. And he was just absolutely outstanding. And Galway, in many respects, just started really building that momentum going into the end of the first half. But of course, though, Kilkenny, they did have that decisive goal in that first half, and it was TJ Reid who was left free. Galway's defensive problems for me were, really out to sea in this match, in my opinion. They left TJ Reid free. You're talking about one of the best hurlers in the country, and you're leaving him free time and time again, and they did it, and they got punished twice. They could have easily been punished more, but they got punished twice in this game from this. And of course, they let TJ Reid free. He's 1v1 with the goalkeeper. He's not going to miss. One of the best finishers in the game of hurling. And Kilkenny got themselves their goal, of course. But yeah, of course, it did end in the first half. Still a very even game. Galway did have, of course, the momentum. But you were kind of looking at this game thinking, what way is it going to go? How is the game, of course, going to play out? Of course, Kilkenny hit 107 in the first 20 minutes from play. So, you could see there was certainly a good bit of quality from Kilkenny. But one thing that really did stand out to me in the second half was that Kilkenny, they panicked in many ways. They kept hitting it long. They kept going for like the Hail Mary ball, if you want to say. Whereas Galway seemed a lot more composed in possession. And it was, Kilkenny didn't exploit Galway's defensive weaknesses enough for me, which was the fact that when Kilkenny just broke past Galway's midfield, the spaces were there. And there was multiple times where Kilkenny created goal chances. And of course, if it wasn't for their goalkeeper, Colm Cannonan, they would have definitely have lost this game, in my opinion. He made 1 or 2 decisive saves. So Kilkenny didn't quite exploit Galway's weaknesses, in my opinion. I know Galway do have an outstanding defender in Joseph Cooney, but I do think one of his big strengths is in the air, his ability to catch the ball. There was one moment in the first half where he caught the ball in the air, or caught the sliotar, I should say, and that was just absolutely outstanding from Joseph Cooney. And I feel like that was playing more to Galway's strengths, and the momentum was really where Kilkenny lost this game, in my opinion. Galway started building more momentum. Conor Whelan started hitting more points. Cathal Mannion was getting in on the act. David Burke as well. And Galway started getting very, very comfortable. And then, of course, the big decisive moment in the game when Brian Callanan, the ball was played to him. He sort of shimmied it, hit it into the left-hand corner of the goal, and Galway, of course, extended their advantage. And, Galway only hit 2 more scores between then and the end of the game, and that's where, I'm still not 100% sure about Galway in many respects. Like, if they were playing a Tipperary, a Limerick, or even a Cork or a Clare, you feel like they would have been punished here quite more so. Depending on whether those teams show up, but certainly a Tipperary or a Limerick, I feel like would have punished this Galway defence. And you could see once Kilkenny started gaining more momentum, Galway started panicking. They started giving away very easy frees. Started getting, they had the man advantage, of course, when Peter Murphy or Paul Murphy went ahead and got sent off. In commentary, of course, they were saying it was a bit harsh. For me, he clearly did kind of obstruct him. He stood in front of him. So for me, it was a second yellow. Certainly wouldn't have been a straight red, but I think it was a second yellow, which of course warranted the red card. So yeah, I felt like the game was there more for Galway. They had the momentum, but they just kept giving away easy frees, and they allowed Kilkenny to get back in the game. And then, of course, the big moment, Kilkenny looked like they pulled it back. They reduced the deficit to 3 points when TJ Reid was left free. And this actually came from one of those sort of long Hail Mary balls that Galway didn't deal with. It just happened to fall to TJ Reid, and he ended up scoring. And that was quite a big moment. But then, of course, literally straight down the other end, Galway managed to get themselves a goal. Johnny Cowan, this time the goal scorer for Galway. A little bit lucky in some respects. It was a poor pass initially from Cathal Mannion, and it fell through to Cowan, who literally just made no mistake. A world-class finish from the Galway man. Kilkenny did start building more momentum. They started getting a few more points, a few more frees. Joe Canbury was then sent off for Galway. That was followed by Ger Alward of Kilkenny. And it was just a chaotic game in many respects. There was one moment when the sliotar was hit into the sort of final area of the pitch near the goal in the square box line. And it was just absolute chaos. And who knows what could have happened towards the closing stages of this game. One thing I would say though is that I did feel like there should have been more added time in this game. 4 minutes felt like a bit short for me, especially when you're looking at the closing stages. The 4 minutes of added time didn't go up until we already had 2 minutes played. So a little bit harsh on Kilkenny in that respect. I felt like if they had a bit more time, they could have easily have pulled this game back, because I felt like Galway were getting very nervy in the closing stages. Of course, guys, this does go ahead and, blow the Leinster Championship wide open. I'll be very intrigued to see what happens between Kilkenny and Wexford next weekend, and also Galway taking on Dublin. I still expect Galway, Kilkenny and Wexford to go through, because I think Galway will beat Dublin, but who knows? We will have to wait and see how those matches pan out. But anyway, guys, this has been my match reaction to that win for Galway. An outstanding game of hurling. And yeah, guys, I will catch you all next time.